Ethan? Brother Josh, you on that?
No, I said
Real
no.
man? Oh, okay, okay. All right, read that image. I'm going to read this by Steve Harvey. Image is everything. Make lasting first impressions without even saying the word. And that's powerful. When you walk in the room, bang! Okay.
Here I am.
Here I am. You ain't got to say it, but because your appearance and how you carry yourself is going to let them know, I'm here. Okay. Without even saying the word.
I don't think it's staying.
That's it. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
For some reason, but it gave it to me. But just like as men, when we step into somewhere with our parents and it's intact, it's just like the president.
That's right.
We get that impression like, wow,
That's right.
he's here.
That's right. That's right. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. All right.
A real man makes his own fortune.
Okay.
A real man doesn't settle for handouts
Okay.
or service when it comes to his personal fortune, which is love. A real man isn't satisfied with family money. He thanks lady luck and moves on to decide his own destiny.
Okay.
Basically, the thing is, a man rejecting passivity, not being dependable,
Yes.
but being independent.
That's right. That's right.
So he's
that's
taking,
right.
even though he appreciated the things that's come, but he's taking a step of his own life.
That's
He's
right.
taking control of his own life to do what he got to do.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. How about you, Brother Josh? Right now, about a man makes his own fortune.
Nothing, brother.
Okay. Give me, Brother Josh. Give me number 5, sir.
A real man strives to be a role model.
All right.
A real man respects himself and others at all times. If you begin to build a family, part of that man's greatest responsibility is taking care of that child.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And you want to set a good example for him. Like you said back when we started, how can you teach, how can you lead, raise somebody if you haven't been raised yourself?
That's right. Can't do it. Absolutely. That's right.
A real man, word is his bond.
Oh my God.
Well, I got something to say on that one, bro.
Okay, bro. Go ahead. Tell me.
Like I said earlier, like we here at MSF, we make commitments.
Right.
And Tyrone, he really holds us to that. We say we're gonna do something, Brother Tyrone, like, hey man, you ain't doing it right. Hey, come on man, get on the road. I get it all the time.
That's right. That's right.
But see, my brother Tyrone doing that, he's building us. He's teaching us how to be a man. This is how I am now. I wasn't like this when I was younger, but I'm like this now. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. If I tell you that I might be able to do it and I don't do it, that's not, I didn't say I wasn't able to do it, I said I might not be able to.
Right.
And one of my housemates, he's MR, so he doesn't really understand that, but I look out for him all the time because he be looking out for me sometimes, you know, so it's like, if I tell him I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it for him.
Right.
If I tell him I'm gonna go to the store for him, I'm gonna go to the store for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a man's word is his bond.
That's right. That's right.
Without a man, without our word, we are no man because we don't know how to keep.
We don't know how to make commitment. There it is. There it is. I ain't got nothing more to say, Brother White. I have nothing more to say because they know I get on them. I don't want to hear excuses. Just do the job because I'm not going to give them excuses. They know that. I'm not going to give them excuses. I'm going to tell you if it can be done, it's going to be done. Bam, bam, bam. That's it. I'm not going to give them excuses. Go ahead.
A real man don't gossip.
Oh my God. That's right. That's just plain simple. You need to keep your mouth shut.
You know something I learned? I learned this over the years of my life. Never getting something that doesn't involve you.
That's right. Keep your mouth shut. That's right.
A real man is focused.
Yes, very much so.
He handles his business.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. Okay, now we're going to get now into the myths. And 9 times out of 10, when we talk about myths, there are lies about men, but when we look at it in the societal perspective, it's usually what women think about men.
That's right.
Yep. That's how it comes down because it's a male and female world, and when it comes to men, things like this, especially things like this, is women say, well, no, he like this, all men are like this, those are myths. 9 times out of 10, they are myths, but we have bought into that lie so much, we believe it, we making the women believe the myth themselves.
That's right.
So we don't know if it's a myth or a lie, because we don't know how to come out of that and prove them wrong.
That's right. One thing that when I hear this saying now, they was like, there's no more good men out here. They all took it. My reaction and my response is that it's not that they all took. We just have to create something.
Yeah, you gotta create them. That's right. Because they don't know. They don't know.
I said that's all it is.
That's right.
Nothing else. And I always use me because I wasn't always where I am today.
Yeah.
I was just like it.
Yeah. That's right. All right, Brother Dwight, start us off, and then we're gonna go back and forth with myth 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go all the way through this. All right.
Myth women still believe about men.
Oh my God.
Women offer other women an incredible amount of unformed advice.
Yes.
Misinformation and methodologies about what motivates men, whether they're single, married, or in a long-term relationship.
Okay.
With all due respect, women simply don't know as much about men as they think they do.
We don't know about women either.
That's right. And of course, us poor guys know zilch about women.
That's right.
Myths about men run rampant in Western society.
That's right. That's right.
The only way for the true gender equality to surface is to come to a mutual awareness of each other's struggle.
Yes.
And then do our best to shield ourselves from the culture, conditioning, and ease each other's pain. Wow.
You hear what you said? We got, oh my God. What you just say there?
That was smooth.
We have to have an awareness of each other's struggles, male and female, and then do our best to shield ourselves from the culture, there it is, of conditioning and ease each other's pain. Because culture, the enemy, has created this.
That's right.
The enemy created it.
That's right.
But we buy into it, so now the women think there's no good men. There are, but we, like you said, we have to create them. We got to bring them, got to get the scales off and get in there and teach them, get that garbage out, like you said, get those demons out, get those attitudes out, get those behaviors out, and change that man and replace it with the good stuff. There you go. All right, brother Dwight, give us myth number 1, sir.
Myth number 1, men are not emotional.
There it is.
This may come as a surprise, but men are probably more emotional than women.
That's true.
And we are, because if we wasn't emotional, we wouldn't be acting out in anger.
There you go. There it is. That's right. That's right.
So we are truly emotional.
You know, Brother Dwight said, out of the anger comes violence.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's all. As a man, like when our pride is hurt, it's over for you, buddy.
But see, what happens is we wait too late because we don't know how to communicate properly. We wait until everything hits the fan, and then we come out with that emotion of violence because we didn't know how to deal with it when it was smaller. Like TJ talked about the pink elephant in the room, and he talks about how the elephant grew from a small elephant to a big elephant, and it shoots his feces on everybody. But you had a chance to deal with that elephant while he was small, but you didn't know how because you were never trained how to deal with your emotions. So when you get older and get into relationships, then sometimes 9 times out of 10 that relationship is not going to work because you don't know how to communicate. And you don't know how to relate to one another. So how are you going to have a successful relationship? You don't even know what it is to be a man, more or less. How can you love somebody that you have not learned how to love somebody else? And they have not loved you.
We're going to him tonight, brother.
God from Zion.
That's right. I'm going to read this about Noah Vinci.
Nor Vincent.
No offense. Yes, sir.
There is a time in a boy's life when the sweetness is pounded out of him.
Oh my God.
Pounded out of him, and tenderness and the ability to show what he feels is gone.
Now, that is so true. We, in our society, that boy and that girl, and we're going to talk about this later on as we get down to the rest of these myths. A boy and a girl are basically the same. They still have the same sweetness, the same tenderness when they're very small. But what we do as a society, the conditioning, we change that boy to not to let that emotion out, and we take that sweetness from him, we take that tenderness from him, and make him hard.
That's right.
And then when he gets older, he can't relate because this tenderness and the sweetness is not there anymore.
That's right.
God, I'm sorry.
Wrong.
Man. All right, brother. Good. All right.
Go to the second myth.
Man, that's powerful. Wait, I'm just getting so emotional because this is so true. All right. No, brother, y'all gonna switch up. Brother Josh, give me number 2, sir.
Lie number 2.
Myth number 2.
Myth number 2. Men are only after one thing.
Y'all know what that is.
Yes, sex is important to us.
Yes, that's part of our identity.
It's one of the ways we access our imagination.
Yes.
At times, it may seem the only way we do it.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
But one of the big secrets about men is how much they long for real solidarity.
Solidarity. That means companionship. We want companionship just like a woman does, but we don't know how to express it. You see, because the tenderness and the sweetness has been taken out, has been pounded out as we were younger. And we replaced that, instead of with love, they are replaced it with hardness. So just like the scripture says, that the scripture in Moses, it says that God hardened Pharaoh's heart. He can't feel. With a heart, if it's hard, you can't feel emotion, right? So then when Jesus came along, he said, I'm going to take that stony heart. Oh, hallelujah.
Make your heart flesh.
There you go, sir.
And sex.
That's right. I'm sorry.
And sex, because it makes the imagination literal.
Yes.
It's something we rely on to achieve that bonded feeling.
Okay, tell me about that then, Brother John. Are we really after this one thing?
No.
No, we're not. But society says that's what we should do.
Well, let me get into it. There's that man box.
There it is. There it is.
We act one way. Society says, no, you don't act that way. You act this way.
Yeah. So women, I want to say this. We're just not after your bodies. We love how you look. You're beautiful because you are the greatest creature on this earth that God created for us as men to enjoy that within the right boundaries. We're not just after making love to you and having sex with you. The point of it is that society has conditioned our minds that that's what we should go after because that's another notch on our belt or on our stick that we set that woman. But in actuality, we want to be appreciated just like you want to be appreciated. But we don't know how to communicate that out. So what we do, we put on that mask and say, I got to get every woman I want that makes me feel important. I can tell my guys I slept with her. So really,
I mean, that's a man card revoked.
That's what it is. But there's a conditioning of society again. So that's actually a myth.
So society is destroying
yes.
the relationships between
yes.
men and men,
yes.
women and women, and men and women.
That's right, absolutely. And that's been going on for thousands of years. Because we just talked about when God came walking in the midst of the garden, he asked Adam, where art thou, Adam? He already knew where Adam was at. He was hiding. And we've been doing it ever since. Right? Here it is. All right. Let's go down to the next myth. Brother Dwight. Myth number 3.
A man is his job.
Oh my God.
So they believe that women think that all men do is their job. They don't like nothing else.
For most men, the pressure of work stems from 2 things. A desire to excel at something, a principle of manhood. We were taught as boys and need to contribute to the well-being of our family.
Yes.
But duty is not the same as identity.
That's correct.
And what one does is not the same as who one is. This is true for women too, but culturally men are more defined by their profession.
That's right.
Which can keep their passion what really identifies them. So the thing is, their duty, men are using the parts of the job, and the thing as their identity, but actuality that's not really supposedly be their identity.
Yes. But see, that's what you said, and that's what it just said there, that we get the identity messed up with who we are. That's not who we are. The job is not who we are. We just want to get appreciated for what we do. So what it seems like women is that we take the job more important than you. That's not it, but that's where we get our appreciation from the jobs that we do. Now, if we don't get that appreciation from you, that we out there struggling, trying to do the best for you, then we're going to stay at our job longer and do that because we feel we're not getting that from you. So it's not so much the job. We just want to take care of you. We as men, in actuality, we don't want our women to want for nothing. We want to take care of you. Whatever you need, we want to make sure you get it. We don't want you to go to anybody else, ask for anything. That's our job to do that. So what we do, we want to go to work and achieve something that we like doing, and we know that we can keep you happy and make sure that you're taken care of. Praise be to God. All right, brother Josh, myth number 4.
Males are limited creatures. Men are as underdeveloped as the most effective propaganda the male sex has created.
Okay.
Your belief in our limitations brings certain rewards. Expectations are lowered. Bad behavior is tolerated.
Oh, okay.
Apathy becomes a non-negotiable.
Okay.
Women, the usual victims of these limitations, most likely buy into the idea because it elevates them. So basically, to me, that means like they're putting a tag on it.
Yes, a label. A label.
A stigma.
Yes.
That all we do is we limit ourselves.
Yes.
But all in all, we don't really limit ourselves because, yeah, we may hang around the guys and all that. That's because we're guys. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, and women going to do the same thing with their girlfriends.
But when it comes to males to limited creatures, it's a myth.
Well, yeah, it is a myth because we're not limited, but society and culture puts those limits on us. They go back to the mailbox. The culture puts the limits on us on what certain things we can and cannot do. And we buy into that. So when a woman sees us, that's why they say, well, men only want one thing. They're only concerned about their job. That's not true. Those are the limits that the enemy has created to make us one-dimensional, but we have a lot to offer, but society, we buy into that because
they don't want us to speak out.
Yeah, and we buy into that because we feel if we don't buy into that, then we won't be accepted. But I'd rather not be accepted and be respected than being liked, because you have to stand for something. You got to believe in something.
You know, like you said earlier, Brother Tyrone, it's if you don't stand for something,
you're going to fall for anything.
You're going to fall for anything.
That's right. Brother Dwight.
The thing that came to my mind was that just like the serpent deceived Eve in the Garden of Eden with all the ideologies that this and this, he's doing the same thing for this the man, like the myth. He's using these different ideologies to misconform them with what a real man is.
That's right.
Or what a real man is.
Absolutely. That's right.
Brother White gives myth number 5.
Man hate to commit.
We were talking about that.
That's right. I'm just gonna read a couple.
Yeah, let's read a couple lines.
Masculinity is one of the most oppressive forces as far as behavior goes because it demands that men appear tough at all times.
At all times.
Thereby avoiding any overt display of love and affection, which can be detrimental to a relationship.
Detrimental.
How often have you witnessed a man shut down during a tender moment or make a joke to detour from it?
Yes.
The toll this eventually takes is enormous. Depriving men of the riches of intimacy, one of which is completely given over to a true and loving partnership. While men may appear to prize freedom and independence in their heart, of heart they truly vow loyalty. And in standing by her, man and woman can feel a premise absent, and once he realizes you have his back, he will start to show his feelings in his own way, which may not be traditional romantic justice, but they will be justice nothing less.
Okay.
So my thing is that I guess by society, since adolescents beat us down so much that we shouldn't be in tune with our emotional side or our feminine side, as we would say, that we have to put on this image of toughness. And I say we as men, we are egg. Once you hit it in the right spot, we're cracked.
We will. We talk about that very fragile.
Inside, it's soft.
It's soft.
Like that. So my thing is that as men, we just trying to protect that. That share. We trying to protect that toughness. So we feel like we can't come to our girlfriend and talk to her about certain things because, well, I don't supposed to be talking about what you would do. Because we let's ask the man. But then there are some men once he get warmed up with her as well too. He starts see I don't want to hold back my feelings. So there are men who do gradually open up in their own way.
Exactly. And so basically, that's a myth again because we as men majority of us, generally speaking, men want to make commitments, but we are so wrapped up into what society has said we need to act. And you was talking about that being tough. it's very hard for us to come out of that shell or come behind that mask because we feel that we're going to be condemned or talked about, and we're not going to be associated with our friends, and we're just going to be pushed off to the side and be